Hello all, welcome to Random Art with Karen, and I'm so excited to share with you that I'm on the Kraftgali design team. They have our favorite stamp companies. As you can see here, I've got Paper Smooches, I've got Pink Fresh, they have Hero Arts, Altenew, Lawn Fawn, Newton's Nook, just click the descriptor box so that you can see all the great companies that they have. They also have other stamping supplies for you. Join the Facebook page. Also put the link to the blog. I'll put that down below because there's some really great designers and you'll get inspiration, just tons of inspiration. So let me show you what I did today. Let me have a seat. This is my first card I created, and this is from this Pink Fresh stamp set. And I went ahead and stamped on some pattern paper to do my vase. This is a nice big vase. You could put tons of flowers in that. Get my ink pad. Just ink the stamp real good. Decide, where on the pattern paper you want to line this up. I'm just going to put that right there. Stamping, just make sure you've got a firm, flat surface. Go straight down, straight back up. And then just take your scissors and just start cutting around it. Now sometimes after I cut, I will go back and do some more inking on the outline if you want to get a stronger outline. So I think you get the idea on that. So yeah, just cut out your vase. And then adhere it to the white panel if you're going to do it just like I did. And on my white panel, I used one of these stitch dies. I just love using stitch dies. For one, you'll get symmetry. And it just gives a little extra something to your card. I then used the adhesive squares to elevate it. I thought I brought them over here to show you, and I probably did. I probably just can't find it, or there we go. I was getting ready to blame one of my cats for knocking it off my table. But these little adhesive foam squares, and then it pops it up a little bit. It's also good that I had it that way because I had this gold cording here, and so I wouldn't have been able to, adhere it nice and smoothly. So that was another perk of doing the elevation. That I just stamped my flowers and then used colored pencils to color it in. This is another die, and then I used the sentiment from the Paper Smooches to put there. And then, of course, coordinating cardstock. One of the things that drew me to these stamp sets is they're so versatile. I appreciate stamps that have that versatility vibe, that I know I'm going to be able to use them in multiple ways, such as this, floral set with the vines and the greens and everything. I'll be able to use that for birthdays, anniversary, thinking of you, just because, sympathy, Valentine's. I mean, it's really got that versatile vibe going on. So I really appreciate that. And then I also do other types of crafting like Bible art, and then also do stamping in my planner. So it's gonna work in all of those projects too. So here I just stamped my flower on white cardstock. I know I had some white cardstock here. Well, Karen, there we go. See, I knew I had some white cardstock. Now this one, I decided to stamp in gray. Sometimes I just prefer a softness and not a real bold. So I used a gray ink there. Get my gray ink pad. Get it inked up. And when I get new stamp sets, I will ink them, then stamp on a scratch sheet of paper, and I will do that several times until I get a good, crisp, clean image. I refer to that as kind of like seasoning my stamp, and I do it whether it's rubber or polymer. I always do that seasoning. Again, just straight down. I also will hold down on all four corners and then do a little press in the center, and then come straight back up. You'll get that wonderful image. The colored pencils I used on this one is our Prismacolor pencils. I also use Derwent sometimes, and I just kind of randomly go in here. I say randomly, I always go on the outside part of my image, and of course in the center as well. And I'm going to be showing you a product here that is really good, that helps you blend so that you don't see, you know, your marks, your pencil marks. Helps you kind of pull the color around a bit. Kind of gives you a bit of a shading effect. Let me do a little more coloring and then I'll show you. It's called Gamsol, or it's also like a mineral spirit. So this is it, Gamsol odorless mineral spirits. And then I get these little blending tools or nubs, and it's got a little sponge topper there so that you can just put your little nib there, squeeze a little bit of product, and then come in here and do your blending. And you just go back and re-moisten your blending nib as you need to. Don't you find coloring very soothing? Just card making in general. I find that when I'm doing my card making, you know, I'm trying to think about what pattern papers go well together, or what colors, or what embellishments. And while I'm thinking about that, you know, I'm not thinking about anything else that's going on, you know, in the world or at work. Or it's very soothing and therapeutic. So normally, of course, I would spend more time on this, but I want you to get the idea of how that works. You see how it softens, and then, you know, you don't have to color the full image, and it kind of helps give that dimensional and light source and shading effect. And then I used my dies, you know, and just cut around there. You may notice some little stuff. I also use washi tape to secure my die so it doesn't slide when I'm running it through my machine. And then the green cardstock, you know, I did just a larger one. Again, I used my gold cording and the little foam adhesive squares to elevate it. And that little lubbing came from the Paper Smooches set. I used, again, my little adhesive squares. This was just a little heart clip that I had in my stash. And you know, these doilies you can get anywhere. Craft stores, dollar stores. And it just adds a little softness, I think, and a little extra something, something. And that's how I did that card. So like I was saying, you know, I love stamp sets that have that versatility vibe. Let me show you how I use these stamp sets in my planner. I don't know if any of you card makers plan. And let me move so I can see if I can get all of this. Move some of my treasures. Okay. So this is an Erin Condren planner and the monthly spread. And so I used my stamp set from Paper Smooches. I used it here. Also used it here. For those of you that do planning and you're little, I'm not sure, you know, I mean, once I stamp, I'm committed. Well, let me tell you what you do. Go ahead and do your stamping on a sticker. And then if you don't like it, you haven't adhered it to your planner. So I did that here. And then I also stamped on a sticker here. So these are the places that I used that Paper Smooches stamp set. And also when I stamp in my planner, because you do have to have that firm, flat surface, I take my die cutting plate and slide underneath my page. And then I know I've got a flat surface. So if you've got a good moist ink pad, of course these great quality stamps, you're going to get a beautiful image. All right, good people. I'm going to put the link below for Kraftgali. You're going to be, oh my gosh, wait till you see the stamp sets. They're also very affordable on their shipping. And again, the blog, tons of inspiration. So please click the link below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you subscribe, I appreciate you. And if you're not a subscriber, I sure would like you to be. Thanks again for checking in with me. Let's do the wave bye. Look forward to seeing you next time.